Grant,
Well,
I've been wanting to ask somebody that
oh, go
runs
ahead.
a brewery. Were you impacted at all by the government shutdown in terms of getting anything approved?
It was close. We have a loan that just came through that it was not an SBA loan, but any loans that we have to be just kind of rubber stamped by the SBA if the bank's going to do them because of how our loan structure is set up. So we have these new fermenters. We have 4 new 90-barrel fermenters coming in, and the money was held up and back. So we were getting a little nervous because as much as the tank manufacturer wants to take us on faith that they'll have their money, they like to see it from the bank first and then out there. So thankfully, it did not hinder us. They were able to we were able to do all the shop drawings, things like that. And just as we were starting to have to figure out if we needed to look at alternative financing for it, we were back in business. So label wise, it didn't really affect us. We have our stuff pretty well planned out for the first half of the year. So it was just the little thing about new tanks that
Just a minor detail.
Minor detail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you had mentioned the 35. You've got capacity to brew 35,000 barrels. We love the capacity of barrels that you have as aging barrels. So where do you foresee the barrel aging program going? Is that gonna continue to be a big thing with Three Sheeps?
I hope so. I mean, it's something that we are all very passionate about. It's just another flavor for us to play with, and I love what age can do to certain types of beer. There's a point where you get into a 10% stout, you shouldn't be serving that fresh unless you are just brilliant at what how you're manufacturing and how you're playing with it. That when you kind of get that mellowness, a little bit of oxygen on there, you get the oaky notes. You just can't do that with regular beer ingredients. I love it from just the culinary side and just the process. It's so what the word is. It's a romantic process. Brewing manufacturing, we're all in stainless. Everything's fancy, and you get into barrels, and you're just putting barrels. You're rotating, and you're tasting, and it's so sensory. Unlike a lot of everything else is just getting so technical that there's just a nice kind of a fun hands-on element to this that we really enjoy, and also I love that we were able to do it in 4-packs from the majority of our stuff for 12-ounce bottles, and making barrel aging approachable and obtainable for a lot of people, and being able to do Wolf at a depending on where you're purchasing it from, a $15 to $17 4-pack. It's a really nice opportunity to provide just a great value product to people who may not be able to get that. So yeah, we'll keep doing it.
That's a fantastic value. So something that we've always been fans of, Grant, can you talk a little bit about the history and your personal sort of observation, opinion of your labeling?
Yes.
Because it's a little different.
We've had a few iterations coming through the years, haven't we? We've learned a lot. When we opened up, I know I did not appreciate the importance of marketing, especially back then when there were maybe like in Wisconsin, 65 breweries for the state. Good beer was enough to stand alone on. And, I used to pour concrete, which everything we made got buried underground. There really was no marketing for that company. It was just, make a quality product and people will buy it. And that's kind of how we started things up. We thought if we made some really nice beer, we were working with a really nice firm that, put out very, pretty and decorative labels. But I don't think we knew at that point what kind of beer we were capable or wanted to make. So our artwork really didn't match what we were doing. And it took us about 5 years to appreciate that even though I think we always had nice labels and artwork, it wasn't until we moved into our new facility and, kind of watching everyone enjoy our first anniversary party, frankly, is when that it really kind of triggered, we need to make a shift, and seeing the styles we were making and the barrel aging beers and just the intricate melding of flavors that we were getting into, it just made me think that our labels really did not match that. So that's when we went under kind of a whole new branding project and started top down. You're looking at the brewery name. Does this still fit? We thought so. And then from there, everything was kind of started over from scratch. And we built this new brand with a buddy of ours, Matt Tanaka, out of Chicago, who started a beer branding company. And we were his first client. And we just kind of worked through everything and made sure that when you looked at our product, you understood what was in there, whether it was the essence of it, whether it was a flavor. Like there was always a connection to the beer, and that's what we wanted to make sure we put forward first. It's beer first. Is what we try to do.
Well, I'd say I recognize Three Sheeps when I see it. I recognize the bottle cap. I recognize the label, and I like the texture of the labels.
Yeah, what's the
Such
story
a fan
behind
of
like
the texture of it?
I would almost
Ah,
say sandpaper.
It's my favorite part of it.
We
I
got
think.
lucky on that one. Our label manufacturer, they're based out of the Fox Valley, so 45 minutes from our brewery. It came to us when we were doing this whole label change and said, hey, for this laundry detergent product, they have us doing this textured label, like a sample. And I thought, guys, this seems really gimmicky. No, I don't. But he did one anyway, thankfully. And the feel to me wasn't as important. It's just how the label looks when you see it with the texture, how the light kind of reflects off it. It just adds a depth to that label, which I think for kind of the beer that we're doing, it's always about layers for us in our beers. And I thought that just helped reflect what we had inside so well. And people have really enjoyed it since we've done that.
Well, you have to touch it. Like you see it and you're like, is that textured?
You
like
wanna
you have
touch
to like,
it.
wait,
Yeah.
what is that? Yeah, that was one
I
of the
love
first
it.
things.
I love holding a bottle that's got that label on it.
You love holding any bottle with alcohol in it.
Yeah,
But it does give it I think it does add sort of a shade or something that gives it this classic look, but in a way that's sort of like comfort foody, not like in a snobby way. Like it's I like the labels. It's good stuff.
Oh, thank you.